Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central. And here's your
welcome
host.
to another great edition of Foxborough Central. I am Bob Hickey, your host. Thanking you for taking a little bit of time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. And when we're talking about organizations, one of the organizations that we all know about but perhaps don't know enough about would be the Foxborough Rotary Club. So, Foxborough Rotary International. I am being joined by three members of the local Rotary. Do we call you Rotarians still?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I'm being joined by three Rotarians who hopefully won't overwhelm me with all their talk because I like to talk a lot. But this is your turn, and we are here with my first number one friend guest, Tim Keneally. Tim, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Bob. Thanks for having us.
And then next we have Lori Rudd.
Good to be here.
And we have Brian Quinn. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Yourself, Bob?
I'm doing fantastic, but I'm wondering, why are we here?
Well, we're here to talk about our upcoming event, Community Olympic Day.
Community Olympic Day, which is going to be the second annual Community Olympic Day.
That's correct.
Annual?
Annual.
So this is the second time we've done it.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is going to be coming up. We'll go ahead and do it right now. The shout out. I'm sure you've seen these around town, and if you haven't, you should get out a little bit and go around town. It is going to be, I'll read for you. The second annual Foxborough Community Olympic Day, and it is sponsored by the Foxborough Rotary. It's going to be on Saturday, June 20th, 2015. And there's a rain date the following Saturday, June 27th. And the great thing this year is that the kids are still in school, so there's no reason not to come out and have a great time, right? On Saturday, June 20th.
That's right.
Why are we doing this then?
We wanted to have an event that would bring the town together, much like Founders Day, but a signature event for Rotary so that we could showcase the types of community activities that we do. At the event, we have a lot of the organizations that we provide charitable assistance to. They set up tables. So we try to promote that, but at the same time have some fun and bring the kids out and let them have a nice day out in the sun.
Mm-hmm. And for those of us who live in Foxborough, we know that Foxborough, like most communities, but particularly here, the work of our town is built upon the backs of her volunteers. And so, Lori, I'll ask you, Tim mentioned some of the groups that are helped. Who is helped by the local Rotary?
Oh, one of the events we just finished was with the senior center, and we had a Mother's Day lunch for them.
Okay.
And that was just last week, and that was well attended and a lot of fun. We catered lunch and had a really nice time. In November, we do a Veterans Day breakfast, and that's the men and women come in from who are seniors, and we serve them breakfast. So that's a lot of fun. Continuing on the senior theme, we helped them a year and a half ago, and we built raised gardens for them.
Okay.
So garden beds, they're out on the side of the senior center.
Yes, we've all driven by on Central Street. We see them, yes.
So,
I didn't realize this came from you folks.
So the thought was that folks still like to garden, but it's a hardship to be down on the ground. So by bringing them up, they can garden, and they're kind of like container gardens, and they're up so they don't have to lean over.
That's a great idea, and I thought it was just to keep the rabbits out.
Well, it does that too.
Well, there you go. Right. Well, that's fantastic. So we're talking about the second annual Foxborough Community Olympic Day, and I guess, Brian, I'll ask you, this is geared towards who? The kids in our community?
Correct. So it's basically youth from 1 to probably about 7th or 8th grade is probably where we're going to cap out realistically.
Okay.
So we kind of have a two-pronged approach, and Tim will talk about some of the kids' games, but the Olympic theme is what we had last year was we had great participation from some of the other local organizations. Foxborough Lacrosse helped out, Foxborough Youth Soccer, midget football. So a handful of those groups came, brought their own volunteers to man events. So we're hoping to sort of repeat that this year. And then we toss in different events like a frisbee toss. We did field hockey, baseball throw. So we tried to mix it all up, just given what an athletic town Foxborough is.
So it's a sports day.
Part of it, and I don't know if Tim, you want to talk about some of the younger kid events as well.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, so we wanted an event that would be fun for the whole family, not just the kids that participate in the general sports. So we developed a bunch of kids games that I think are pretty fun. We have a teddy bear run where we bring a bunch of teddy bears to the field, and the children, right, and they just get to pick the teddy bear that they like, and then they run race through cones.
Okay.
We have the ping pong ball Kleenex box shake, which is you put ping pong balls that are numbered inside of a Kleenex box and you buckle it to your back and you shake really fast and the ping pong balls fall onto the ground and they all have numbers on them, so you get to add up the points on the balls that hit the ground as long as you shake them out in a minute. And that was a fun one. And so we have a lot of games like that.
Now, wait a second. I got to ask. I'm
Yes.
going to go off script here, and you can see.
Please
I
do.
have Do the moms participate in that one?
They did not.
They did not.
We were trying to get full family participation, but we
are going to
only
get
got
full
children.
family. Excuse me. I'll handle this one. We're going to get full family participation. We're going to have a dad's division and a mom's division. And everybody who comes out to shake their tissue box full of ping pong balls can have the honor of having a photograph with either Miss Red or Mr. Quinn, because whoever owns up the most points or adds up the most points will truly be a winner. So, do you think that helped? Probably not.
Probably not.
All right,
Hopefully.
we'll focus on that.
That'll be the grand prize.
We'll focus on that'll be the grand prize. So, in these yellow posters, and by the way, I want to thank you also for bringing in these nice pictures that you're seeing, that our viewers at home are seeing as we have this nice conversation. And you know, the important thing to understand is that this is a civic organization that's doing this for the community. And it sounds like you have a lot of community support with the different sports organizations and youth sports programs, which is great because those are also the kids that you're targeting. And I imagine that there's an underlying theme to this whole thing, perhaps, Lori?
The thought is to get exposure for Rotary and to just reinforce that we're out there in the community. The things that we support, in addition to the seniors, the graduation all-night party.
The all-night grad party, sure.
Yep. We are absolutely supporters of that, as well as the Doolittle Home and
The
one
Y.
of the YMCA. We're huge supporters of the YMCA, who actually help us out with this event as well.
Really?
Tremendous help. I'd
Tremendous
be
help.
remiss if I didn't say that they were a big part of the event last year.
Well, that's fantastic.
And they've agreed to partner with us again.
And since this is at the Ahern Middle School, behind the Ahern Middle School,
just
so
add
there's
it.
that whole piece of the YMCA's backyard right there also. So,
Right.
Yeah, again, it's one community and it's nice to see this happen. So I guess the real quick question is, who thought of this idea in the first place, Brian?
That was Captain Keneally over here.
Captain Keneally.
That was his brainchild,
Yes,
yes.
it was.
Thank you. I
Brought
can't take
up
all
in
the
the
credit.
1970s and Bruce Jenner, and he was
right.
inspired.
My brother and I used to do Olympics in our yard, and I thought it would be fun to have some kind of an event like that for the town. So.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have any Wheaties boxes that we'll be seeing the picture on, but I'm sure that
eBay.
eBay, or else
That's right.
people can always go to www.fcatv.org and pick up a screen capture of this, and maybe your face will be on the screen capture.
Hopefully not, or
Hopefully it
we'll
will be.
drive people away. But
So speaking of web addresses, of course, you can always go to our website, but the Rotary also has a website, and it is
FoxboroughRotary.org.
foxboroughRotary.org, spelled the company way or the old way?
FOXBORO.
There you go. So, and we of course have that up on the screen for everybody to enjoy. But also it's important to note that this event, which is on June 20th, and it starts at 9:30 in the morning, that's when registration is. The opening ceremony will be at 10 o'clock, and then the awards ceremony will be at 12:30. So it's not an all-day event. This is a come out, have some fun, get the kids active from age 1. I want to see the 1-year-old do the first if possible. Maybe I will. You never know. Through the age of 12 or 13. So come on out, have a great time. The events also include food. There's hamburgers and hot dogs for everyone.
free.
So we're going to bring out the chuck wagon, the famous
Everybody loves the
famous Rotary chuck wagon. It's coming out for Founders Day. It's coming out for the Fun Day. And it's also
Excellent.
coming out for McGinty Fun Day.
And
so we
that'll
have
be coming up
3 different
also.
times it's coming out.
And I suppose, you know, when you bring that up, and we kind of joke about it, but these are the things that we in Foxborough identify with, knowing that there is good community support and knowing that, you know, we are a community of givers. You have the Common and the Bandstand, and you have the various events, and the Chuck Wagon comes out, and Founders Day, which will have happened the week before this event. And also you can catch more details about that here on Foxborough Cable Access on Foxborough Central. But the Rotary event is relatively new, but it sort of keeps in with the whole community spirit theme. And for people that want more information, I see on my yellow flyer that there's even an email address you can go to, foxboroughRotary@gmail.com. So it sounds like you're doing your best to get the publicity out there. Hopefully we're helpful here, but I want to learn a little bit more about the International Rotary itself. What is the whole point of being a Rotarian?
Locally, it's definitely to serve the community. Lori definitely mentioned some of the groups that we've given money to and assisted with various service projects. But it's really sort of twofold. One is to provide financial assistance, so we probably give to 50 to 75 different organizations throughout our calendar year. And then we try to tack on, 10 to 12 service projects throughout the year. So on a local level, that's definitely what Rotary is about. And I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about on an international level.
Rotary has different focuses, and one, of course, is local. Then there's. I'm going to just add one more to local, and that is college scholarships.
Okay.
So we fund college scholarships and also scholarships for folks who are doing alternative, for lack of a different term, like an adult who wants to go back and pursue a degree.
Really?
So, so this is actually a really nice forum to let folks know that that's something that we like to do. And we struggle a little bit with that, getting the word out to that. But that's really important to us, to be able to help, yes, graduating folks and kids in college, but also older people who want to go back and expand whatever they want to do.
Sounds like a very unique approach to be able to support folks to do that, because once you graduate, pretty much there is no scholarship money, so
Right.
it doesn't mean that the need still isn't there. So very good.
And then the other thing, the other prong that we have is international, and we have on a grand scale, we have shelter boxes which get sent into places that there are hurricanes or earthquakes or natural disasters. We have a project that's near and dear to our heart, Lose for Love, it's called, and we are funding bathroom facilities in India,
Really?
in Chennai, India. They have a school and there are no facilities, so we're helping to fund that. We funded water filtration systems around the world. In one country, we actually helped a village buy a cow because their cow died, and the cow provided for the village. So we helped to purchase a cow for that village. So it's wide and it's varied, and it depends on where our members' interests are. Because if you have a passion for something, we'll bring it to the club and we'll look to follow it.
How interesting is that? Well, let's speak about the club. There is a club here in town. It's not just you three. It's actually made up of a number of folks. How many folks are involved right now with Rotary?
About
35.
35.
So it's a healthy group, but I'm sure you're looking for a few more hardy souls who want to jump in and make a difference. If I were an un-Rotarian and I were thinking I might want to be a Rotarian, how would I go about that, Mr. Keneally?
Well, I think if you looked at our website, you'd find some information. You can always contact one of us or contact someone from the website.
Or they can come out to
the
second annual Foxborough Community
That's
Olympic
right.
Day. See how I segue this right in there?
Well done.
And you can meet everybody on June 20th behind the Ahern Middle School.
That's right.
Back to you.
The only other thing that I want to say about Rotary, which I didn't really know when I first got involved with it, I got involved because a friend asked me to, and I learned that their motto is service above self, and they really do live that, and it's really important to the club that we all focus outward on others rather than inward on our own personal needs, and I find that really refreshing, and it's been a great blessing for me as an individual, as well as being part of this great club and meeting a lot of really, really good people. So,
well, that's great to hear. And part of also being a part of any civic organization is the friendships you make and the long-lasting relationships that are formed not only with each other but also the ties to the community. And I know that as all of us get to be a certain age, it becomes more important to really understand this is our home and this is where we're at. So everything that we do kind of pays it forward. So. Yeah. Very well said.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to get all emotional and maudlin today. However, it does bring up a good point that if you too are maybe looking for a little friendship and maybe a way to get connected with your community, then there's no better way than join the Rotarians. And the Rotarians are actually in the midst of some positive, we'll call it metamorphosis, or we'll call it just change to meet the needs of the membership. And so if people want information on how to get involved and join, in addition to coming to the Olympics Day on June 20th, they can go to your website, www.foxboroughRotary.org. I got that right?
Correct.
That's why I'm the host. I didn't have that written down, honestly. But what I do have written down are some other cool games that are going on for the kids at the Olympics behind the Ahern Middle School on June 20th. We have an egg on a spoon race. Everybody loves the egg on a spoon race. The beach ball basketball, jump rope, cone race with a teddy bear, which you already mentioned, and the Kleenex box shake. I think I've already said way too much about the Kleenex box shake, so I'm going to let that one go. But it is also pretty sharp that we have the various programs coming out to volunteer and lead some of the sporting events. Right. And I guess that will bring us almost back home, where we're talking about being one community, everybody coming together for a good event. We also in the past have had the high school program in here. Talking about some of the good work they did. So, the Rotary clearly has far-reaching and is an integral part of our community. We are almost out of time, but before we get out of time, going to give everybody a chance for a last word. Before we do that, reminder to everybody to come to the Foxborough Rotary Club's second annual Foxborough Community Olympic Day. I want to make sure I get it right. It's on Saturday, June 20th. We hope to see you there. The rain date is on June 27th. But it's not going to rain, because it didn't rain on Founders Day, and it's not going to rain on this day. Mark my word. And it starts at 9:30 is when you can get there and get ready. 10 o'clock is when the games begin, and then 12:30 the closing ceremonies. And there's free hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody, and more fun than you can shake a Kleenex box at. So, Brian.
Yes.
Follow that up.
That's a tough one to follow. I guess just two other points just about Rotary. One thing that we didn't mention is just that the overriding theme from a national perspective is to eradicate polio too. So that a portion of our fundraising money goes to obviously to that great cause. And again, for people who because I meet. Go ahead.
Well, do we want to talk about that for a little bit? And part of the good piece of this program is that we get to have free-form discussion. There's no script. But part of the negative is that we don't have a script for me to follow. So when these things pop, I really like to talk about. Can you share a little bit about that program?
Sure. Again, and thankfully, for years and years, that's been the main goal of Rotary from a national and international perspective. And there are Rotaries literally all across the world. But usually organizations such as this will have one main kind of theme, and that truly has been the Rotary's goal. And the good news is they found a nice partner and a guy by the name of Bill Gates. I don't maybe you know him. He comes with a little bit of financial backing, so that's been a huge boon to the organization as well. So.
Well, I'm sure most people are logging on to this as they check it out online on their own Bill Gates computer, on a Bill Gates operating system, and looking on the Bill Gates web. So yes, right. But the important thing is that is a program that is making huge strides and has pretty much eradicated polio.
It's
getting
there.
Close.
Getting there. Yes, certain places and.
And do you want to talk about Alzheimer's?
Go ahead.
So the other focus that our club holds especially dear, but has spread to the district and a little bit beyond, is looking for a cure for Alzheimer's. And there's a district committee that's been set up, and they're partnering with different organizations looking to help out with the whole Alzheimer's disease. And our club has been very active in that. And so anyone who's interested in hearing about that, we had an update on research that was done. We just recently held an evening meeting, dinner meeting, that we had a speaker in to talk about that. Last year we had researchers in to talk about it. So if people are interested in that, that too could be something, if you want to get involved with Rotary, that could be an effort that you put your time towards.
Wow. Okay, that's fantastic to hear. And I know that so much is yet to be learned about Alzheimer's, but as I don't want to say as time goes on, but as people become more and more aware of not only Alzheimer's and early onset Alzheimer's, but also the societal issues that come along with it, and as our population gets older, how great is it that you're educating folks as well as taking action? So, very good. Sir.
Well, I would like to thank Foxborough Cable Access for giving us this great opportunity to come out and talk about this event and talk about Rotary. You know, this is an entirely free event. We fortunately for Foxborough Rotary is very good at the fundraising that we do, and we're able to give to all these charities that we give to. But at the same time, we're able to put together an event like this that's totally free. We want the community to come out and just have fun, and we're not looking for anything other than people coming out and having a good time and enjoying it. And again, I really want to thank you for having us in here today and letting us talk about it and spread the word.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to come in and share with my folks who are watching us on Foxborough Central. We always love hearing about good things going on in our community, and you know, I hope that everybody joins me in thanking you and saying that we've learned a little bit more about the Rotary Club, and that it's probably a good opportunity for us to get involved, to come check you out. And to do that, folks can go on your website again at www.foxboroughRotary.org and find out when the new meeting times are going to be, the new locations. And it'll be a great opportunity for folks to get involved and reach out and talk to you folks. But if they don't want to wait till then, I know you'll bring your family, yes, I'm talking to you, to the, I'm going to recite, second annual Foxborough Community Olympic Day at the Ahern Middle School out in the backyard there. It's being co-sponsored by so many different organizations in Foxborough. Free hamburgers, free hot dogs, free Kleenex boxes. It's going to be a blast, and I know you'll want to take the time to come out there. Bring the kids and bring the kids' friends, because it's going to be a lot of fun. If you missed any portion of this program and you want to learn more, you can either check out the Foxborough Rotary Club by emailing them at foxboroughRotary@gmail.com, and either Tim, Brian, or Lori will be sure to get a note right back to you. Or as always, you can check out this program or any of the other shows that we've aired previously at www.fcatv.org. Click on the video link, click on Foxborough Central, and check us out. On behalf of all the volunteers here at Foxborough Cable Access, including Betty Travers, Deb Storrs behind the camera, Gary Nash behind the glass, and Michael Weber, who makes it all come together like a madman behind the scenes, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me, and I hope to see you at the Foxborough Rotary Club's Olympic Day behind the Ahern Middle School on June 20th, Saturday. Be there. Take care, Foxborough.